Good morning. We are back. I made it back this morning at 4 a.m. Took a few hour nap. Shoot, I didn't even have breakfast, but it's good to be back in Nebraska from Utah. It was only a 2-day trip, but if you lose 2 days on the farm, typically you will get behind somewhere somehow. Fields are dry. Now I can finish destroying. This side of the field is done. I need to do this one, so obviously we need to move the pivot dry out of the way. It'll take a little bit, so I'm going to start this motor, and hopefully I can hold the RPMs to match 480 volts. A little bit breezy today here in Nebraska. It's going to be a gorgeous day. We'll see if we can get this fired up. Guy, oil is a little tall. We will adjust this. Not completely sure why it is. Might take a little bit for oil to circulate. Hopefully there's no leaks on this one. That's refreshing. We are now at the south pivot, and it actually shut off before the rain, so I haven't been out here for a few days, and it won't start. Oil's good, everything. I'm not sure what it needs here, but we are not looking good. All right, don't wear out the starter or the battery. I am building oil pressure as it tries to start. So, I don't know. Electrical, spark, that seems to be the case on these old motors. Finally, we are back on top of the Miller destroyer. Checked hydraulic fluid, oil, all good to go, in good shape. Turnips and radishes are dry. Ooh, I didn't show you those in the field. We'll stop maybe, and I'll show you the ones that I spread last week. Are growing. They're popping. I love it. It looks good. So planting happened once again. That'll be great for cattle feed. Hopefully my battery's not dead. Just got to move the hydro handle from time to time. And then just make all the flashers go away. All right, we are here in the field. 4141 pattern. 2 destroyers going to get it. Destroyers are working. We turn those off because I have my blower fan on, and then I'll turn my turnips and radishes on, and we will go out and check to make sure those are working, not plugged from the rain the last time we were running here. It feels good in the shade. It's gonna be a hot one today. Nice. Yes. 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 Shape. Good shape. This is what the last thing a corn plant sees as it's going along there, and that's a really good height. I usually try to run one of the choppas right into the corn there, and that looks like it will get it. We will be in good shape. I don't know, I have so many favorite jobs on this farm. This is definitely one of my favorites because it is satisfying. It's like harvest, but you don't have to really care about saving anything. Not all the grain, you just got to mow it over. Parking brake off, idle up. Auto steer is wrong, so let's nudge that over. There we go. That fits a little bit better. Oh, this is my product pump, also destroyer. I switched it over for, you can see these hydraulic lines that run in the front, and they pump hydraulic oil into a splitter. Shoot, how do I explain this? So that if there's a hydraulic valve on there that evens out the hydraulic fluid. So if one is running, it'll keep power equal to both of them. So if one is running faster, the other one won't stop and plug. So it's a divider that keeps your hydraulic flow even across both machines. So if you're even just destroying one row and not the other, it won't stop it and plug it. It'll keep the power on the ground. Kind of like a differential lock, I guess you could say. And here we go. Spend the next who knows how many hours doing this, back and forth, up and down. What we have here is a malfunction. You can see that this one finally did plug up. I don't know if I was going too fast, so what I do is raise it up, pull forward, and then I back it through standing corn, and sometimes the corn will flick it to get it going again. That one's pretty bad. I don't think that's going to clear it. We are going to have to get out and try not to cut my finger again. Fortunately, this time I brought gloves. And to prove my point that you need a hydraulic splitter is I got off a row, so I need to clean up one row. So this one's running wide open, and that one would probably stop and plug. It would send all the power over to the right side. Come on, Carlson, I have GPS, but I'm not even paying attention or following it. The nice thing to be able to farm in a tractor is I can go through lots of meetings, emails, and take lots of phone calls, and that gets distracting from time to time. But we'll just make one blank pass, clean it up, and on to the next one. That pivot ran too far, but what are you going to do about it? I had to shut the motor off. That's one thing I can't do with my phone, but I can do everything else. That's why I need to switch all of my power units over to electricity. Then you can run everything on electric. What a nice day. Engine temperature is 183. I think it's about 90 degrees outside. Full sunshine is great for the corn crop. Breezy enough, the humidity is not too bad. All right, this field is done. Now let's start this irrigator up and send it on its way. I had Mauricio mow around all the male edges, clean up the weeds, grass, whatever stalks were sticking up. He did a really good job, looks really clean and neat. Now we can just run water for days. Just found out that these fields will be defoliated at about 50% moisture, which I don't know when that is. They will let me know. And I won't spray defoliant product. The co-op will do that. So what that does is just start not shrinking the seeds. It locks in the seed size, and then it helps, it doesn't kill the plant, but the plant looks dead and brown and crispy, and it makes it a lot easier to harvest and a lot less corn plant material is brought to the plant. It is just the ear and the kernels, which is what we are looking for. That's what we're going for. So it's a little bit different than commercial corn operation. Should I leave you guys in the cab of the air conditioning? You want to be out with that loud motor? Ah, crumb. It was a bust, unfortunately. We'll come back later, let it cool down. I'm not sure what the problem is, but the motor won't stay on. So I got to get to the next field and destroy that. So maybe tonight, maybe in the morning. Oh, such is life, how things go. What is wrong with you, pretty baby? My mode is in destroying, not motor work. So I'll come back with my four-wheeler. I'll have tools and more things to figure it out, diagnose it. We are now at the west end of the field. So there's two fields, a quarter and an 80. I'll see if I can get this 80 pivot running. The battery terminal was disconnected, which is a positive. That means it should still be alive. Oh, this power unit. Fortunately, I have 4 brand new tractor batteries at the farm, not here. And I don't have jumper cables on this machine. So, strike 2. I don't always see that in action, but my auto-luber is auto-lubing. Looks like I might need, I think I have enough grease in there. Good thing it's hot temperature. We'll see if it works. That's plugged in to everything. There used to be grease zerks there, so it will grease everything, including my boom, which is unhooked right now. So it's sweeping around, and I think it's working. That's very helpful, that it'll just do it every hour, every 10 hours, wherever it's set for the maintenance schedule on the whole thing. So I don't have to grease my machine anymore, which saves me time, and then I know that it's getting grease. We'll probably shoot some tubes of grease in there before the end of the season. Fill it back up so it can settle down. Reloading with cover crop mix. Did I already say that? Here we go. We'll go ahead and throw bags on before I go to the next field, because that'll be the last field. We'll get this up there. All right, we are at the new field. As you can see, my isolation acres here. We have a lot more isolation in this field because I've got a white corn field right over there, and we really want to get away from that to protect our seed corn that we're making. What I planted here was mostly Milo, but I dumped in a couple bags of Milo from last year, and it turns out it was grain sorghum, which is a much taller forage crop that I chopped last year. If you look back on my videos last year, you can see I planted and harvested. No, we chopped some of that, mowed it down, and baled it. And that's what we just ground up recently for cattle feed. But I think I'm going to sell this to my neighbor, and he will chop it, and I'll sell it to him by the ton. But you can see how tall that forage sorghum is, and it will put on a head on top of that plant, and it makes great for cow feed. This entire isolation here makes for great cow feed. This is where my 16 rows of male isolation were. Those have been chopped, put away, and then once again, Mauricio did an excellent job. He already got all this mowed over here, all the grass, weeds on the edges, etc., etc. Let's hop outside and see how good of a job I'm doing. Check the height of my destroyer. Very happy about this, destroyed. I always like to put a slice right through the ear of corn. Oh yeah. You're dead, you'll fall off there. Good female corn here, and male corn is the destroyed as we run right through here. Very happy about the height of this seed corn. It is not too tall. I've been in seed corn fields that are about 8 or 10 feet tall, and I can still get through them, and they just flex and bend down, but I get a lot of wear and tear on my machine. When it's just about 6 feet tall, that is just about right to run under this underground clearance. Bag of pollen tassels, which are sterile, and we're dripping hydraulic fluid. We'll worry about that later. Well, shoot. While we're here on this beautiful Nebraska evening, why don't we go check out the Milo a little bit closer. Oh man, good rain this year. Of course, this gets irrigated. That is fantastic stuff. This alone is tall. Here is our forage, sorghum. Sometimes as a farmer, you've got to get out of the cab to look at your crop. And this one has put on a head. See? You'll get some grain out of this. Look at this guy. He's really reaching for the sky. He is doing his best out here. Oh, this is a good crop. Tempted to just harvest it for grain, but my neighbor needs it for cow chow, which is fine. I think I can make money on it either way. Selling it is all the same. That way I don't have to wait for it to dry. This stuff, harvest would be a little bit later. You wait for it to dry and then haul it straight to town. You have moisture and all sorts of things, but I think personally it makes for better cow feed than for grain, but every farmer does it different. Let's get to work. Cutting it kind of close, wouldn't you say? I think we'll be fine. I'm glad I did a pass underneath the pivot, moved it up over the top of it. I think we can get this pivot started tonight if I can get by and around it. Oh, we got to come out here and chop weeds and trees. Do not run over the riser. It's in there somewhere. All right, I hope we don't strike out at this well. It is electric, doesn't have a generator to run the pivot, but to run water, we need to start the PTO by running a number of these switches. Make sure the shaft is solid and strong, and I'm gonna set you guys down so I can start this. I don't have a phone holder. There, you guys can't see anything. How about get creative? All right. How's that? Hopefully you can see. Well, focus on the motor, not me. Earplugs. Forage sorghum's too tall, but beautiful sunset anyway. I still probably have a couple hours left to destroy. Just fine. Water looks good. Drip oil looks bad. We'll trip down the tube. That's my gear shifter. 1, 2, 3. Now we're in second. Now we're in first gear. Still a little wet down here, but where I chopped has dried out enough. This is a 4-wheel drive machine. It can get through most anything, everything. I'm trying to think. I've never had it stuck. And I've put it into some ooey gooey. That's for you guys. Welcome to Nebraska. Well, it's for me too. I'm going to rewatch this video when we're in the dead of winter. It's -20 and blowing snow. I'm like, oh, do you guys remember summer? Just check back on this video to remember. Mid-August, summer's still here, baby. It looks pretty good from here. Got good water coming out. Oh yeah, look at those top sprinklers. I love those things from Senninger. Forgot we put those on. We replaced the drops with the tops. Oh, that's a good pattern. Look how many are not plugged. Favorite part about those humdingers. My windows were getting dirty, so I'll give you a better view of a typical Nebraska sunset when the wind dies down. We have more work to do. We have to get back in the cab and finish this little section and then this other half of the field. Aww, but I'm happy. It's driving a tractor is some of my favorite things to do, especially this beast. 1,600 gallon tank, 300 some odd horsepower motor in the back, and runs very well. We've had it for about a decade now. Done some work to it. We do work on it every year. Done, finished, right before 11 o'clock. Not too bad. I think I'm done. I'm always nervous that I miss a round somewhere or a row. So we'll keep the destroyer hooked up for a bit. We'll look at it in the morning. Everything is clearer, better, more beautiful. Tomorrow's a new day. That's it for this video. I don't even know where we started or where we finished, but we got some things done. Tomorrow we can get some more things done. Thank you for the subscriptions. and the comments, and definitely your viewership. I appreciate you guys viewing my channel. Can you even see me? Is it pretty dark in here? All right, on our way home, then we get supper. I haven't had food since breakfast.